for a moment. How much longer till you leave?
I don't know.
You don't know. Could you come back in maybe 5 minutes? Yeah, yeah, maybe a few minutes time.
Scorecard is coming, okay?
Yes, thank you very much.
Scorecard is coming. Now the wagon wheel is not coming. Wagon wheel? Yeah, it's not coming. Okay. Switched off. Okay. Then we restarted, so we have to reload everything. Okay. And then now wagon wheel is not coming, so now we are doing the score. Okay, score. Yeah. Chicken పంపించు లింక్ అది URL కట్ చేయమను టీమ్కి వాట్సాప్ గ్రూప్ అంటున్నాను వాట్సాప్ గ్రూప్ మిచ్చిదే
Any idea how to get this to work?
what they sent the printing not working.
Right. Yeah, she loves me. Because I brought the only woman I'll ever get pregnant, probably. Internet is on, yeah? Internet is on. No problem with internet.
ACC cricket, no? ACC, no?
No, it's not. It's not Asian Cricket Council. Like, you should know how to stream it from this to. Okay.
This one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're now up.
From starting onwards, same thing I'm doing, but
No.
the same key entered. I entered the same stream key.
Okay. Is the microphone on?
No.
Okay. Tell me this stuff. Good afternoon, and you're very welcome to the afternoon game here on the Oman Cricket Academy, Ground 2. Just running into a few small technical glitches that have only enabled us to bring you the coverage here now into the third over. And Bahrain have won the toss, decided to bat first, and they're off to a flyer. 38 for none after 3 overs. It's one of 2 games in action at the moment. Over on the other pitch, we've got UAE against Kuwait. And if you're joining us this afternoon for the first time, you missed an upset this morning because Qatar have knocked over the much fancied hosts, Oman, and really blown this group wide open. Big appeal for scenes of excitement for the Maldives in the field, really. Yes, opening up the batting here for Bahrain. Remember, both these sides lost on the opening day. Safraz Ali and Mohamed Yunus. And Mohamed Yunus coming not only into the side, but he's on T20I debut. What a start he's got off to. 2 sixes already. Dashing stroke making like that from the left-hander. He's having a T20 international debut to remember. Glorious shot off his hip. Smashed into the leg side. Bring you the replay here. Just from the side view, you can see off the hips into the deep. As soon as you beat the outfield anywhere here in either of these grounds, generally for edged and taken. So that little cameo on T20 international debut is going to come to an end. With the score on 25, he advanced down the track. Liam Shafiq just dragged it a little shorter. And Mohamed Yunus looked to scythe it away into the offside, but he found a clearly audible edge. And through to the keeper. That's the captain, Mohamed Azam, who takes the catch. And some relief for the Maldives. They needed that wicket. Bahrain were really off to a flyer. And the first wicket falls. So the new man to the crease in at number 3, Shabazz Badr, the high scorer yesterday for Bahrain, as they were completely outclassed really by Qatar, but trying to get back into this Group A. A little bit windows being opened with the defeat of Oman. Shabazz Badr plays that one with the full face of the bat, pleasing into the offside, gets off the mark with a single. Big heave, aimed into the leg side, can only skew off the outside edge, backward of point. Going to be a dot ball. Liam Shafiq opening the bowling here with a big man who impressed me yesterday, Hassan Ibrahim. Tall, young, fast bowler. Name to watch for the future, but he was harshly treated by Mohamed Yunus this morning. 2 massive sixes this afternoon even. Just give you a quick score update from the other ground. UAE are batting against Kuwait. Off to a good start. Rohan Mustafa opening the batting over there. 34 for none in the 5th over. Slower ball hit into the leg side. There's protection out there. And straight to the man. So just be the single. So 4 overs gone. At the end of 4 overs, Bahrain 44 for 1. So going to see the first change of bowling this morning, or this afternoon. I have to keep correcting myself into nearly 2 p.m. local time. Hassan Ibrahim is taken out of the attack. I want to see the left arm seamers now. Coming left arm over the wicket. Bowling to Safraz Ali. Brought into the attack. We saw him open the bowling yesterday. Ahmed Emil Maroof. Down the leg side, and the fumble in the field will allow them to get through for the single. So let's take a look at the squads quickly in between these deliveries. Playing 11s today. First on your screen, that's Bahrain. Just one change for them. Satya Virapatharan has come out of the attack, or out of the team, and in for his T20I debut, as we saw opening the batting. That's Mohammed Yunus, falling for a dashing 25 in no time at all. That one's driven, and a real error in the field from Hassan Ibrahim. He got a horrible, nasty bounce, bounced in front of him, spiked up, and it's not just going to cost a couple of runs, it's going to cost a boundary 4. Here's a replay, slightly over pitched from Maroof. Driven pleasingly, but it should have been stopped. It just rose up on Hassan Ibrahim. Burst through his hands and runs away for 4 runs. Open the face, and good running from Bahrain. We saw this with the Maldives yesterday. Even their men in the circle not necessarily saving the single. Gotta want your men in the circle, trying to cut off the runs. And yesterday what Qatar did really well against the Maldives. Almost could be a chance, but it's gone over the head of point. That's going to be a boundary. As soon as you beat the infield here, it's always going to be 4. Safraz Ali moves into the 20s. Gloria shot the second boundary of the over, the first one coming from the misfield. A little bit agricultural, to say the least, the technique. Down the track, and just utilising that width that was offered to him from the left armour. Not a good start this for the Maldives, despite taking that wicket the last over. Pulled into the deep. That's the biggest hit of the day. One of the biggest hits of the entire week. That soars out into the car park, goes all the way for 6. It was a half tracker from Ahmed Emil Maroof, and he's been simply smashed into the sky. What a shot this is. Safraz Ali on the swivel pull shot. You'll see the delivery here. It was a half tracker, and he's hammered that one. Picked it up high and handsome over the rope. 6 runs to finish the 5th over. Bahrain flying. They're 60 for 1. Shafiq will continue from the academy end. Good batting, just opening the face. Running it off the face of the bat for a single down towards third man. Beautiful day here in And we're at about 15 minutes outside of downtown Muscat. Glorious scene. You can just about make it out on the screen behind you there. The hills all around us. Beautiful mountains. Short ball pulled straight down the ground. Going to be work for Hassan Ibrahim in the deep. He picks up cleanly. Keep that to a single. Yeah, and the most perfect blue skies with just a few puffy white clouds. It's a beautiful day. Almost feels like Groundhog Day here in Muscat every day in the winter. There in the Gulf, blessed with beautiful weather. Perfect cricketing weather. Bahrain are putting on a show at the moment, trying to get themselves back into the qualification mix. They must win today. Opens the face and a bit of a misfield. Backward point from Kumara, one of the three players in this Maldives side of Sri Lankan origin. Slower ball heaved down the ground. That one's going to fly all the way for six. The slower ball was picked a mile away. And Safraz continues along his merry way. What a shot that is, Safraz Ali. He picked the slower ball from Liam Shafiq. And he simply dispatched that one miles over the rope. Second maximum in 2 overs. What a shot that is. A brilliant side view. You can see the hills I was talking about the whole way around the ground here. The beautiful rocks. That one flies miles down the ground. They're still trying to fetch it. Great use of his long levers from Safraz Ali. Bahrain making a real statement of intent in this first 6 over power play. Great comeback, really good quick Yorker from Liam Shafiq, but his keepers let him down. The keeper's the captain, Mohammed Azam. I'll wait for the signal. I don't think there was an inside edge. It wasn't. It's going to be signalled as byes correctly by Imran Mustafa Haji from Kuwait. He's one of our 2 standing umpires for this afternoon's game. The other one, Riaz Karupkar from Qatar. He's standing at the far end. He's at square leg currently. And our third umpire, of course, Afzal Khan from the home Oman cricket board. Carved over the offside. Stand and deliver stuff. This from Safraz Ali. Bahrain are flying. Another boundary to end the power play. And that's the highest power play of the week. 75 for 1. Coming from just 6 overs. Here's the replay. So change in bowling. We're going to see leg spin for the first time today. The dynamic Nalantha Kore. To give him his full title, as you see there in our graphics. Mutatanthira Nalantha Kore. Another one of the 3 players of Sri Lankan origin in the starting 11. The full Maldives squad. Great intensity he brings to his leg spin. Calling for the run him out from the middle. Almost half a chance, but the power that was hit with back down the ground by Safraz Ali means it's going to go all the way for 4. So Bahrain off to a real flyer here, and the end of the power play. I've seen no signs to the end of the run making. Inside edge. Fortune this time for Safraz Ali. So delighted to be joined in the commentary box now for the first time this week. It's a very happy man as well to my right, Shahid Mabul, the ex-Pakistan international, the head coach of Qatar. What a morning for your side.
First of all, good afternoon to everybody, and assalamu alaikum. It is a happy moment for us because, as you know, Oman is a very strong side. Oman is a very strong side, and they've been playing really good cricket. Plus, they have got a one-day status as well. So it's a big achievement for Qatar. And we are on the road going up slowly and gradually.
The method of the victory must have pleased you the most, though. It was a dominant performance, and even with the few catches you put down, you still ran out 34-run victors.
I joined them about 2 months ago, and we got a lot of practice from our management, especially our president, Mr. Kawari, and other people who are involved. It's a slow process. Gradually, they are becoming stronger mentally, physically, and technically as well. So, hopefully, in the near future, Qatar will be a strong team to play.
Yeah, and it's absolutely blown this ACC, Asian Cricket Council Western Region qualifier wide open. We've just got a change in bowling on your screens in front of us as we bring you the pictures of Bahrain against the Maldives, and into the attack for the Maldives is Adam Umar with his off breaks. The growth and rise of cricket in Qatar is something that may come as a surprise to some viewers, but it's a well-trodden pathway. You're almost following in the footsteps of an Oman or an Afghanistan.
What we're trying to do is, this is the first time they've hired a professional coach, and what I'm trying to do is get through to the grassroots levels and, trying to build an academy plus the under 16 and the 19. We've got young talents who are coming up to get the pathway right.
That one's hammered into the deep. What a strike that is. And that one is going to bring up a quite remarkable 50. That one soars all the way into the sky. Safraz Ali goes to 50. Coming from just 20 deliveries, about as good a knock as you'll see. Talent right the way throughout this competition. Look at the replay here from the side angle. Adam Umar just slightly overpitched. Our cameraman could barely track that one. It soared so high into the sky. Talent throughout all 8 of the sides here, though. No easy games.
No, it is. You can see a lot of talent. You can't underestimate any team in 2020. And I'm very pleased to see our captain. He's doing well. He's an aggressive captain, new captain, and he's got a passion to win as well. And that is what a team needs, a young team like us. What we are trying to do is we are at present in a rebuilding phase where we are trying to build a solid and powerful team for the future.
Could be the first wicket here. Sorry to cut you off. It will be. He was trying to continue. He's living by the sword. He's now died by the sword. Safraz Ali. He looked to hammer that one down the ground like he has done so successfully, but it skews off the top edge and gives the Maldives their second wicket. But he's played a magnificent roll. 50 coming off 22 deliveries. A knock that he'll remember long into the future. Let's take a look at the stats from that innings. What a knock it was. As we just see him trudge off. 50 coming from 22 deliveries. 5 sixes, 3 fours, a strike rate of 227. Doesn't get much better than that in T20 international cricket. Today, I've just sent a tweet out myself there saying that the greatest victory in Qatar cricket history this morning. Would you say that's fair, or would you look back on the win over Nepal?
I mean, we are always happy for Oman because they are really good friends of Qatar, and the cricket has improved. And what we are trying to do is follow the path of the good teams and watch them play and go through the process what they've gone through, and we are achieving most of the things what we are hoping to do in a couple of years.
And tell us just a little bit more about the role of head coach and the role that you've taken on for the last 11 months.
See, at present what we are doing is, I have got the role of rebuilding the structure because I'm the head of development as well. And as I told you before, because without the backing of our manager, especially our president, Mr. Kawari, who's also an ex-sportsman, he's a rugby player. So he's brilliant, and he backs it. He watches each and every ball of our every game.
I'm sure he's been watching along on the YouTube stream as well.
And we were getting messages, every over. We were getting messages from him, and the positivity, he shows with the team and the players. It's brilliant.
Tell us a little bit about your role. Obviously, you played for Pakistan right the way back in the 80s, played with some of the legends of Pakistani cricket, the great Imran Khan we were talking about yesterday with your manager as well. But you played and also a lot of your time in the United Kingdom.
I've been in the United Kingdom for the last 22 years. I was the first Asian who did the level 3 over there. And I was the first Asian who became the staff coach for Lancashire and all. And
you picked up a bit of the Lancashire twang as well, haven't you?
I'm trying. I've been there 22 years, mate, and I've been throwing. I throwed in that country for 39 years.
And that was always in the Lancashire leagues predominantly.
I've played in different leagues. I've played in Bradford League, Durham, Lancashire League, Bolton League, Huddersfield League, Saddleworth League. You name it. I played a couple of minor county games. Then I played a lot of second team games with Northants and Nottingham.
There seems to be something in the water in Pakistan. A lot of your cricketers seem to be ageless. You think of Misbah-ul Haq playing well into his 40s, Yunus Khan. We have great cricketers who come to Ireland, the likes of Nazir Shokat, who's still playing club cricket in his 50s there in Ireland. What is it about Pakistani cricketers, their longevity?
See, with the Pakistanis, cricket is like a cancer. It only leaves you when you die. And, I get a lot of compliments, and mashallah, I'm 57. And these players, a lot of them are smaller than my kids. So they always, you still fit. I said I was playing as a professional until last year before I came here. So, it's a credit, but the thing is, what with the Pakistan is a passion. It's a love for the game. And without cricket, I don't think so they can live with it.
And your role now, it's one you're really enjoying in Qatar. The facilities are gradually building up there as well. The national stadium's a great resource.
Okay, yes, it is, and it's been really good. Our stadium is one of the best around the region and all that. And we are slowly building everything, because it takes time. You can't do it in one day. But things are improving, and hopefully, inshallah, in a few years' time, will be a strength to look for.
Final couple of questions. I know we've got to let you get away, and the team bus is waiting. We'll just keep you for 9 more balls, and we're going to let you go at the halfway point. This journey that Qatar cricket is on, as you see the sweep shot come out, going to be at least a couple of runs. In fact, it's going to travel all the way for 4. Good use of the angles. You're almost already gone. The bus is loading up, I'm hearing. But do you have your sights set now on not just getting through this Western region qualifier, but going on to maybe take a place at the Asia Cup?
That's what we are looking for. Hopefully, we're working towards that. Inshallah, if we win the final or reach the final, we will be qualified for that. All 2 teams will go. Plus, the other thing is we've got an ICC 50 over where we were second last year, beat some of the top teams. And then we've got another tournament in Kuwait, and that is another qualifier of our region.
That's for the T20 World Cup.
And then if we win that one, we're on the road to progress. That's the only thing I can tell you.
And you're soaring up the rankings, 23rd in the world. You've beaten Oman, who are 17th in the world today. So you're gonna get another boost at the end of this.
We will, by the end of this tournament, hopefully we should boost our position a couple of runs.
Final question before I let you go. That bowling attack of yours, really absolutely outstanding, as we see an outside edge fly away for another boundary as the runs continue to rain here for Bahrain, 100 up in the 9th over. But the bowling attack, left arm seamer, right arm seamer, really good leg spinner, highly impressive, and a couple of left arm spinners. We only saw one of them used today.
Yeah, but the thing is, we've got another who was not playing today. So we've got 2 left arm spinners. We've got another one who can bowl off spin. So we have a couple of off spinners in the side, and they won't require. So we've got a good bench as well.
Final question, I promise. Your batsman who took the blow to the side of the head, he's okay?
Hopefully, yeah, he's going for a scan, and also hopefully, inshallah, he'll be okay.
Okay, well, look, so grateful for your time, Mr. Shahid Mabul, the ex-Pakistan cricketer, the head coach of Qatar. Thank you for joining us. We might chat to you again later in the week. Brilliant to hear his thoughts. Sir? Oh, well, I think we've been left a lovely gift here. Might have had a Qatar cap gifted to us in the commentary box. And we literally see Shahid Mabul sprinting out of the commentary box. He's off, showing his fitness, off to catch the team bus. And we have a wicket fallen here, back live. I'm going to bring you the replay of this wicket now because it's all happening, not only in the commentary box, but also on the pitch. Cleaned him up. Fayaz is gone. He falls for 6. As the runs continue to come quickly for Bahrain, the 100 coming up inside the halfway mark of this over. So back to the action here. Fantastic to hear those thoughts of Shahid Mabul, the former Pakistan international, and man who spent about 30 odd years playing his club cricket in the United Kingdom, and a real gentleman, as so many of the great former Pakistan internationals were. So yeah, fascinating to hear his thoughts and his side of it. A brilliant day. They've blown this entire tournament wide open, and I'll tell you why they've blown it open. Because if we look at the points table on our screen as it comes up here, you can see that Qatar are on top of this group, Group A. Bahrain looking to join Oman. Not just join Oman, go past Oman potentially on net run rate if they can take a big win here over the Maldives. But Qatar are in pole position, there's no doubt about that. As we come back live to you here now for this, the 4th game in Group A. Bahrain 101 for 3. Wicket falling to Adam Umar, who clean bowled. Batsman, the new man to the crease. Big appeal. Probably just dipping down leg, was it? Going on with the arm. But the new batsman to the crease is the keeper batsman, Imran Ali Butt. And here's the replay. Big appeal. Couldn't quite bring you the replay of that one, as it looked to me on first view to just be sliding on down the leg side. Adam Umar bowling fast, flat leg off breaks. That one's hit into the offside by the left-hander, and he's done a bit of a comedy slip at the non-striker's end as the throw comes in. Just losing his footing there, Imran Ali, but probably no time to get back for 2. So no harm done. But Bahrain going at over 10 and over. Seen some brilliant cricket on show so far the past couple of days. That one speared into the pads, just worked into the leg side by Fayaz Ahmad, who is still at the crease. So, the halfway stage, Bahrain 103 for 3. Right on track to go over the 200 mark. For the Maldives, plenty of questions to answer. They're going to stick with spin and Nalantha Corey into his third over. His leg spinners. The all action leg spinner with the headband on. Really good fielding, direct hit, and given not out. The batsman may be guilty of not sliding his bat in there. But Fayaz Ahmed safely home. Such enthusiasm from Nalantha Corey in every delivery that he bowls. He's a leg spinner after my own heart because he's trying to make something happen every ball. You've got to respect that. All action bowling, flat, quick leg breaks. No huge amount of turn on offer at the moment. Just opens the face. For a single behind square. Bahrain continue along their merry way. The momentum just being stifled a touch here. Good tight stuff from Nalantha Corey. Really good tight stuff this, and it's just starting to bring the Maldives back into the clash. That one heaved down the ground. Is he going to get the wicket he deserves? He will. And look at those celebrations from Nalantha Corey. What an over. Just 2 singles from it, and the wicket he so deserved. The pressure was building on Fayaz Ahmed. Here's the replay. Looked to heave it down the ground, but couldn't elevate it over the man at long on, who holds on to a simple catch. It's his Sri Lankan mate down there at long on, Ruan Kamara, who takes the catch. So the Maldives just got a little bit of life into them. It's going to be over now to Ahmad Udin in at number 6. So 11 overs gone. The score 105 for 4 now. Maldives taking these wickets, just trying to find their way. Oh, speared down the leg side. Was that a chance? Maldives fielders think it was, and the Maldives wicketkeeper captain Mohammad Azam thinks it might have been as well. There was definitely 2 noises. Was it bat onto thigh pad? Was it thigh pad only? Either way, the chance went down. And all of a sudden, it's like a different pitch that Bahrain are batting on. Lots of dots. Good fight this from the Maldives through the middle overs. Wickets, as they so often do, really stemming the flow of runs. That one hit wide of the fielder at long off, who picks up cleanly, gets the throw in. comfortably for 2. Good running. Good tight stuff this from the spinners. We've seen the spinners used to really good effect on this Academy Oval too. Spearing in those off breaks fast and furious. Adam Umar. Good spell this. Flighted this time and hit wide of extra cover. Just for a moment I thought it might be straight to him. Good stuff and some turn and offer this time for Nalantha Corey. Just squaring up Ahmad Udin. And all of a sudden the dot balls continue to come easily now for Maldives. Run rate really being stemmed. Beautiful bowling. Nalantha Corey weaving a web of leg spinning magic here. Finally some runs that were not easy to come by any stretch over the last 2 or 3 overs. Just a single though. Nalantha Corey wants another wicket though. Cut away and taken on the 3rd attempt to juggle, and great delight for Nalantha Corey. I thought it had gone down, but Mohammad Rishwan has just about clung on. The second, maybe the 3rd attempt. It was a short ball from Nalantha Corey and cut directly towards point. He got 2 hands to it, juggled it off the knee and somehow held on. Brilliant moment and great delight, and no less than the leg spinner deserves. You just need to keep picking leg spinners in this T20 game. They're doing the business here. And Maldives are abuzz. Bahrain collapsing, 110 for 5 now. smiles from Bilal Khan walking past us, but a disappointing day for Oman today. Their Group A rivals, Bahrain and the Maldives, they'll have to get past the Maldives tomorrow. Oh, and he's nearly got a third. Super bowling from Nalanta Corey. So we're on to a Nelson. Great spell of bowling. Leg spin bowling from Nalanta Corey. 4 overs, 2 for 21. Didn't he bowl with such joy? Big smile on his face there. Nalanta Corey, 2 for 21 for him. A day he'll remember. Probably his best day for the Maldives. Look at this innings from Bahrain. It's just fallen away. Absolutely flying. Wait till you see this run rate chart. Overs 9, 10, 11, 12 and 13. Barely any runs coming from them after the flying start. And all of a sudden the Maldives are back in the game and possibly back in this tournament. Remember, they must win today. Whichever side must win today to keep their qualification hopes alive to the next phase of this road to the Asia Cup 2020. Big smile from Amir Kaleem in front of us as he goes by. His Oman side are going to need to win tomorrow. Nalanta Corey has been well backed up by Adam Umar as well. Short and wide outside the off stump, no contact made. Hit down the ground, and it's hit just short of Hassan Ibrahim. Out at long off. This Bahrain innings is going nowhere in a hurry. This one's hit into the sky. Is it going to go all the way? It is. Finally some runs coming in this middle order for Bahrain. First boundary in 5 overs. And it comes from the bat of Ahmed Uddin. Let's take a look at the replay. Coming around the wicket with his off breaks. The final ball of his spell. And Adam Umar is given some welly into the deep. Soars over the rope and flies for 6. End of the 14th over. It's 121 for 5. Liam Shafiq is clipped off his legs for a boundary 4. So the spinners again proving to be the most economical. Liam Shafiq, not a great delivery, strained down onto the hip of Imran Ali. In fact, it's Imran Masood, but we've got an Imran Ali butt and an Imran Masood butt in this Bahrain 11. It's Imran Masood butt. There is no contact from the bat team by the umpire, so 4-leg buys, but he'll get back for 2 this time, despite the good throw coming in from the deep. So Bahrain finally getting some momentum going into the middle and latter part of their first innings here, having decided to have a bat first, winning the toss. Slower ball from Liam Shafiq. We've seen him mix up his pace really well. Hit into the offside aerially. No real control over that shot from Imran Masood, but it brings Ahmeduddin back onto strike. Bahrain were looking well in advance of 200 at one stage. They'll probably have recalibrated their targets now, looking at perhaps 180 if they can get up towards that with just 5 wickets in hand. It's the full pace delivery, back of a length. You really can get it through Liam Shafiq. So 15 overs gone, 5 overs remain. Bahrain 128 for 5. Let's take a look at the batting card here. A wonderful Sri Lankan origin combo of Mutatana Taranga Nalantha Kore, the leg spinner, whose catch was held by the wonderfully named Tharaka Ruan Kumara Ahala Gadara. Clogging up our scorecard there with Fayaz Ahmed's dismissal. But this Bahrain innings was really all about the 2 openers, Mohammad Yunus and Safraz Ali. 50 off 22 deliveries from Safraz Ali. And there's the bowling figures. The 2 wickets. The best 2 spells have come from the spinners. We're going to have a change in bowling with the end of Adam Umar's spell. We'll go back to the left arm seam of Ahmed Emil Maroof. And just all of this momentum falling away in this Bahrain innings. Let's take a look at the runworm on your screen. In fact, we're not going to take a look at the runworm just yet. That one's not coming up for me right now. But less than 5 overs remain for Bahrain. That last delivery signal wide. What a shot that is. 1 bounce 4 comprehensively hammered through the offside. Continues to be expensively treated here. Ahmed Emil Maroof only bowled 14 deliveries. He's gone for 33. What a shot this is. Smashed over the offside. That's going to be 4 more. Ahmed Emil Maroof is having a day to forget. He's got none for 37 at the moment. And Bahrain's getting a late innings surge from the bat of Ahmeduddin. Is he gone for one big hit too many? He has, but that sums up Ahmed Emil Maroof's day. He's put down a catch off his own bowling. Don't think he ended up even getting a hand on it. So 4.2 overs remain for Bahrain to try and push this total up towards maybe even the 200 mark. Smashed down the ground. Really good shot that one, but cut off by the long off fielder. I just wonder, do Bahrain try to press the accelerator button right away? They only have 5 wickets in hand, but plenty of hitting throughout their lineup, it seems. That one's smashed into the sky. They are going to press the accelerator button. They're going to press it now. That's one of the biggest hits of the day from Ahmeduddin, who's playing a little gem of a knock now. Ahmed Emil Maroof's got real problems. He's bowled 3 overs, none for 45. Look at this from Ahmeduddin. Right into the slot. Heaved down the ground. Right into cow corner. And it flies all the way for 6. 16 overs gone. It's 146 for 5. That one's pulled into the deep as well, and it's going to be more runs coming. Doesn't really matter who the bowler is at the moment. Liam Shafiq now being treated with disdain as well. Imran Masood Butt getting in the act. That's 150 up. 150 up, Sharbash is the shout. Heaved away, and it's going to be more runs, 4 more of them. The 2 fielders you see on your screen out there, both of their bibs on because they're the 12th and 13th. Men for the Maldives bringing the drinks around the boundary. Poor bowling from Liam Shafiq here, you'll see. Short and dragged into the leg side by Imran Masood, but managed to get our camera behind the bowler from straight down the ground, back up. So as you can see there, Bahrain starting to motor. They've got 200 in their sights. Outside edge and given. Yeah, good comeback from Liam Shafiq. Managed to just correct his line enough, and Ahmeduddin, who has played some mighty strokes, went for one too many, came across to try and paddle sweep it, heave it into the leg side, but a clear outside edge and through to the keeper, Mohamed Azam. And in fact the batsman walked, didn't wait for the umpire to give the decision, and that's the 6th wicket to fall. Bahrain now 155 for 6.
Sometimes it's not working. That's the problem with the condition.
He's going to work it out, eh? So the new man to the crease is the captain, Anasam Khan. And he picks the slower ball of Liam Shafiq to start, hammers it down the ground for a single. All the batsmen we've seen on show this week well capable of not only scoring runs, but scoring big runs. Half an appeal from Liam Shafiq, but clearly bat involved, and that's going to close out his 4-over spell. That one's actually going to be signalled as leg by, so no bat involved. And he'll finish his 4 overs with no maidens, 2 for 32. The end of 17 overs, Bahrain 157 for 6. Hit into the sky, down towards Long On, who nestles under it and takes his second successful catch, and a well-deserved wicket for Hassan Ibrahim, brought back into the attack from the academy end. And it's the big man, the big friendly face of Mohammad Rishwan down at Long On. You can see here Anasam Khan looking to go for the big shot down the ground, but he couldn't clear Long On. So wickets and runs continue to come aplenty, and some joy for the Maldives. In now at number 8 is Imran Javed. We were talking to the Bahrain head coach yesterday, and he was describing the problems of having too many all-rounders in his team. Outside edge and taken. Hassan Ibrahim is doing some late damage. He's a real talent, this youngster. And he's going to have a chance to take a T20 international hat-trick. Put his name in the books. Look at that action. Lovely rhythm, good pace through. An outside edge, and finds that outside edge, and the wickets continue to tumble. And that one there is the wicket of Anasim Khan. Correction. So in now at number 10 for the Maldives. That's Junaid Aziz. We're going to have a chance to see Hassan Ibrahim even take a T20 international hat-trick. The second time today we've got a bowler on a hat-trick. Earlier on it was Karar Ali. He couldn't do it. Is Hassan Ibrahim going to be able to do it? Looks for the slower ball, but well kept out. At 28 years of age, Ibrahim Hassan made his debut in this very tournament last year. His T20I debut, that is. Just worked into the leg side, nearly the direct hit. So 14 deliveries remain for Bahrain here. Certainly been a good stirring fight back. Beautifully bowled, finds the block hole. Full and straight. Well dug out. That one worked into the leg side. Probably just going to be a single. Maldives have really found some energy and some life late in this first innings. It's been a stirring fight back led by their two spinners, but also by Hassan Ibrahim. Impressive fast bowler. Let's take a look at the bowling figures. Big problem for the Maldives has been the left arm seam of Ahmed Emil Maroof. 3 overs, none for 45. Hassan Ibrahim 2 for 30. Couple of wickets for Liam Shafiq, but the really impressive ones for me, Nalantha Corey 2 for 21 and Adam Umar 1 for 25. The two spinners, they've dragged the Maldives back into this game, and if they could somehow close out this innings with a couple of quick wickets, they might just fancy their chances of upsetting the higher ranked Bahrain side. Good running, they get back for 2. Just worked into the leg side. That's clever batting. With just 2 wickets in hand, can't really be risking going for the maximums. That one's paired over the offside this time. Really good batting. Poor old Ahmed Emil Maroof is having a day to forget. He's about to bring up his half century. He's got none for 49. Still 4 balls to go. Down the leg side this time will be signalled wide. It's the half century up. Not what you want as a bowler. 50 runs conceded by Ahmed Emil Maroof. Not a day he's going to want to remember. Hit down the ground. And interesting bit of fielding. He's ended up picking it up two-handed and throwing it in a diving motion, rolling it along the ground. So plenty of time to get back for two. Runs continue to flow off the bowling of Ahmed Emil Maroof. Down the leg side again. That one's going to be signalled wide. This is turning into a never-ending spell for Maroof. Again, lofted just over the head. And the fielder recover, so they get back for another couple. Maroof just really wanting this spell to end now, I'd say. Powered into the sky. Could be a chance to end Emil Maroof's spell with a wicket, and it will be. So putting a slight gloss on what's been a difficult day for the left armour. He does finish out with 6. End up a good catch being held on to by Tharanka Kumara Gadara out on the long on boundary. That's going to bring the number 11 to the crease. Last man in with number 11 on his back. He's a young man who bowled very well yesterday, Abdul Majid Malik. Good start to the final over from Hassan Ibrahim, finding the block hole nicely. Bahrain 172 for 9. 5 deliveries remain now. Maldives will still be thinking they're in this game though. It's really good batting surface here. Scores tend to be higher on this second oval of the 2 academy turf pitches we have. The Al Emirates grounds here in Muscat. That one's hammered down the ground powerfully. Going to be another boundary for Junaid Aziz. Looking for the block hole. Hassan Ibrahim couldn't quite find it. And ends up delivering a long half volley, which is dispatched down the ground for 4 runs. So going to be back-to-back boundaries. And more late runs coming for Bahrain. Not what Hassan Ibrahim would have wanted. Bringing the replay here. Wasn't a bad delivery, but just scooped over the leg side. Fine leg in the circle, of course, at the stage of the innings. And runs away for 4 more. Full toss. The 2 umpires stare at each other. Thought that might have been over waist high. Again, looking for the block hole. He's going to get away with it. So, the 2 umpires decide it wasn't over waist high, so not a no ball. Good pace Hassan Ibrahim is delivering with, but the pace bowlers have been expensive. The 2 spinners were the ones that have been the most effective so far. Hammered into the offside. That's a glorious shot. There's protection out in the deep. And the throw will come in to keep it to just a single. So 1 delivery remains. Bahrain 182 for 9. Really impressive stuff from them so far today. Powered down the ground as well. What a shot that is. Straight as a die. You're going to finish with a boundary. Couldn't quite find the block hole in this final over, Hassan Ibrahim, and he's paid the price. Really good batting from Junaid Aziz coming in down the order. He's made 24 not out off just 12 deliveries. But he's gone so deep in his crease there again. Wasn't that bad a ball from Hassan Ibrahim, and he's been punished down the ground. So Bahrain, after being bowled out for just 83 yesterday by Oman, they followed it up with a superb total, 186. So let's bring you the batting card. It was a topsy-turvy innings, but one that was built around the 2 openers initially. Safraz Ali, 22 ball, 50. He got to the 50 mark off just 20 deliveries. But Bahrain have been so impressive today, ending up with a total of 186. Their 2nd highest of all time in their short T20I history. Just their 6th T20I so far today. Let's have a look at the bowling figures. The 2 spinners, the standouts, Nalantha Kore, the leg spinner, and Adam Umar, 1 for 25 for him. 2 wickets as well for Hassan Ibrahim. Those 2 coming in 2 balls, but an expensive final over. And 2 wickets for Liam Shafiq as well. Not a day to remember for Ahmed Emil Maroof. 1 for 56 for him. That wicket coming off the final delivery. And as we get delivered some refreshments into the commentary box, it means it's time for a break. And at the halfway stage with a summary on your screen, that's the state of play. Bahrain 186 for 9. Means the Maldives will need 187 to win. And we'll be back with you with every ball of the chase in about 15 minutes' time. Good afternoon. You're very welcome back to the second turf ground here at the Al Emirat cricket facility, about 15 minutes outside of Muscat. Time for the final innings of the afternoon, as we're going to see Bahrain try and defend this total of 186, and what a start that is. And the big tall left arm quick Imran Javed. An action bowling a little bit off the wrong foot, described him as something a bit like Sohail Tanvir yesterday. I'll get those graphics up for you at the bottom of the screen very soon. And there they come. Imran Javed starts with a dot ball. Real beauty, finding good carry through. We've got Adam Umar opening the batting alongside Nalantha Kore. So the two star men with the ball for the Maldives, opening up with the bat, the two spinners. Really good pace and bounce and carry through. Good captaincy here as well from Bahrain's Anasim Khan. He's deciding to get an extra catcher in, so we've got a slip and a gully in place. Bahrain on the attack with a big score on the board. And finally some contact made, but still no runs yet for the Maldives. Just opens the face on that one. Still no runs for the Maldives. Can he close out a maiden over here? Imran Javed, the big tall. Left armour, and Bahrain are a buzz in the field. As well they should be. They're right on top. And he will finish out with a maiden. Haven't seen many maidens this week. Lots of high scores. But a really good start for Imran Javed. Adam Paul. Swinging at thin air, so closing it out. I don't think Nalantha Kore is going to be swinging at thin air. He likes to get on with it right from the start. Let's take a look at the two squads on your screen. Two starting 11s even. That's the Maldives side. Adam Umar and Nalantha Kore opening up. Lots of happy faces on the screen there. Just one change for the Maldives today. Ismail Badu taken out of the team and Chandana Lianga brought in. And one change as well for Bahrain. Mohammad Yunus on his T20 international debut. And he came in place of Satya Virapatharan. Remember, Bahrain won the toss earlier on, their captain Anasim Khan, and chose to bat first. Still no runs to the total here. Imran Masood Butt is going to open up the bowling from the academy end. And the first runs of the day for the Maldives are going to come. It's taken a little while, but they're going to get their account underway with a boundary. Nice full face of the bat down the ground, taking the aerial route in Atlanticore. Just hitting through the line. Good swing and offer for Imran Masood, but bringing the ball into the right-hander. But well dealt with by Atlanticore. The leg spinning all-rounder. He bowled beautifully earlier on. Just 2 wickets, very nearly at a third off his final delivery. Extraordinary attempted shot, that one. A little bit of a mix-up in the running between the wickets. No harm done. Maldives still just that boundary for. Big movement in from Imran Masood, but making the ball really talk. The first, probably the most extravagant movement through the air we've seen from any bowler this week. Too much movement this time down the leg side will be signalled wide. Really extravagant movement from Imran Masood, but you've got a classical action for an in-swing bowler, the likes of a Chris Harris for New Zealand. Was bringing that right arm over behind the 12 o'clock signal of his head. Atlanticore's top edge, that one straight towards fine leg, and that's going to be dropped. Should have been taken. Not for the first time. We've seen a lot of drop catches today. He juggled it 2, 3, if not 4 times, but he couldn't hold on. It was an unconventional shot, and it was an unconventional attempt at the catch as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Down it goes. We'll end the second over with the drop catch. Maldives 7 for none. So going to be the first runs off the bat of Adam Umar, and he'll come with a boundary 4. Tried to flay that away over the offside, and you can see the Oman team taking in some extra training this afternoon. The head coach Dilip Mendes over in the nets, exactly where this ball went. Here's the replay, giving himself room outside the leg side and flaying it away down towards the superb net facilities that we have here at the Oman Cricket Academy. The Maldives starting to get ticking into double figures now. That drop catch coming to their aid, of course, off the last delivery of the last over. Good pace again from Imran Javed. What a bowler this man is. Hit into the offside, just about enough momentum on that ball to carry over the head of the fielder a point. And Adam Umar will get back for 2. Really good bowling this. He's all over Adam Umar. A little bit of contact this time from Adam Umar. Get through for a singles. He's going to keep the strike. Won't be seeing Alanta Corey just yet. 7 runs coming from that over. At the end of 3 overs, the Maldives 14 for none. Stand and deliver stuff this time from Adam Umar. Dropped short of a length from Imran Masood, but he can't afford to do that. The pace he's bowling. And hammered into the deep. Big appeal and given. He's trapped him on the back pad. He's hooped that one back in. And the umpire had no hesitation. Riaz Karupkar. In fact, sorry, it's Imran Mustafa Haji who's given that one out. Let's take a look at the replay. It did strike him low on the back pad. Adam Umar's stay at the crease is going to be a short one. So here comes the big man. Oh, Always has a smile on his face every time I've seen him this week. Mohammed Rishwan, he's in at number 3. Took 2 good catches in the outfield today. At the end of Adam Umar opening the innings, never really looked comfortable, to be honest. Played out a maiden in the first over, despite getting a couple of boundaries away. He's fallen. Yeah, more significant movement. This time thuds into the thigh pad of Mohammed Rishwan. As he's just indicating there that the delivery coming back in. To the right-hander. Really good swing bowling, this. Old-fashioned swing bowling. Almost a stifled half appeal, just 2 noises, either pad or bat onto pad, and probably going on to miss the leg stump, looking a bit high as well. Not a lot going for it, that shout. But Imran Masood Butt is making the ball talk here. Causing real problems, Imran Masood, but that's a really good over. Just the solitary boundary coming from it, and the wicket. 4 overs gone. The Maldives 18 for 1. So going to see a first change in bowling. And a stifled appeal down the leg side. Captain Anasim Khan brings himself into the attack. Starts with a bit of a half tracker down the leg side, really. And the stifled appeal trying to maybe cod the umpire out of giving a wide, but it is signalled wide down the leg side. So into the 5th over here. This Maldives chase not really getting any momentum going yet. Down the leg side and dropped. I think that one's clearly come off Just a fine edge and put down. The captain's not happy. And interestingly, signalled leg buys. That might make him a little happier. So it wasn't a catch that's gone down. It's a gorgeous scene now in Al Emirat outside of Muscat. Thuds into the pad again. We'll wait for the signal from the umpire. Might be another leg by. No, Mohamed Rishwan given the benefit of the doubt. Seems like an age since we've seen Nolantha Corey on strike. Just a slight break in play as the batsman Nolantha Corey decides that he's going to dispense with the arm guard, doesn't need it. With the extreme pace of the left armour taken off now. Pull shot, no timing at all. Goes down towards fine leg, just going to be a single. Cut shot this time, down to third man, just going to be a single. This Maldives chase really not getting going in any way, shape or form. Just finding it difficult to get any momentum. That required run rate soaring up over 10 and over at the moment. Still 164 more needed. 16 overs left. Really are blessed with not just wonderful weather, but superb facilities here at the Oman Cricket Academy. Remember, this is a Maldives side that doesn't have a single turf wicket in their country. And that's dispatched beautifully by Nolantha Corey, short and wide. A real gift from the Bahrain captain, Anasim Khan. Hits it away into the deep, all the way along the ground for 4. Nolantha Corey looks for the extravagant back foot slash outside the off stump. No contact made. That's going to close out the 5th over. We're a quarter of the way done in the chase here. The Maldives are 27 for 1. That one's going to be a boundary 4, hit down the ground powerfully by Mohamed Rishwan. Imran Masood, but just slightly over pitching and a little bit agricultural, but Mohamed Rishwan's got a good eye and he gets that one away. Nicely played, opens the face, uses the pace, going to be back-to-back boundaries. The Maldives starting to get moving now. Much more technically correct shot off the back foot. I won't bring you the replay of that, but so just 3 deliveries of the power play remain for the Maldives to try and take advantage of. Big appeal given. That's going to be the end of Mohammad Rishwan. The second LBW signalled in the affirmative for Imran Masood, but I'll bring you the replay of this. How adjacent was this one? A second consecutive Maldives batsman hit on the back pad. And yeah, that one is absolutely plumb. Hits on the back pad, going on to hit middle, maybe middle and leg. And that's the second wicket. Mohammad Rishwan, his stay at the crease is a short one. So the second wicket down, and we're going to have one of the longer names you'll ever see in our graphics at the bottom of your screen now. I'm going to give you all 5 names that he goes by. Taranka Ruan Kumara Ahala Gadara. And he's joining his partner Mutantharanga Nalanta Kore. Hope I didn't get those wrong for any of the families listening at home. Yeah, so these 2 batsmen at the crease now, both with Sri Lankan origin. Just 3 players in this Maldives squad of 14 become naturalised Maldives citizens. At the end of the power play, Maldives are now 35 for 2. Just to interrupt myself there, sorry. As Chiku, one of the team in the background, just checking that we've got everything right, and finally we do. But yeah, the other game going on the main academy pitch is the UAE against Kuwait, and we've already had one big shock today with Qatar finding a big win over Oman. I wonder, are we going to have another one? Because Kuwait are off to a good start in that game on the main pitch. Big total to chase down. The exact same score. Also needing 187 to win. Down the leg side, that will be signalled wide again. But yeah, Kuwait are flying. 51 inside 6 overs. And just a few nervy looks in the UAE dressing room across to my left for my commentary position on the second oval. Kuwait certainly throwing the kitchen sink at it at the moment. They are 2 wickets down, and you'd expect with the likes of Ahmed Raza and Rohan Mustafa to come on and bowl their spin that maybe UAE will hold on for the win. Back live, and we've got a ball coming right down towards our commentary position. Going to be hit powerfully for 4. Poor delivery. Gave a little bit of a fright to one of the ground staff down here who was walking across. He thought he was going to be hit by that for a second. We'll bring you the replay of that. Not a good delivery. Short ball and heaved into the deep with no shortage of style from Nalantha Corey. Nalantha Corey just hasn't quite got enough of the strike. And he's going to get back-to-back boundaries here. Really good batting. The first one over the leg side, this one over the offside, taking the aerial route. And as soon as you beat the infield here, you're always going to get reward for your shots. So cut away and elevated over the infield really nicely by Nalantha Corey. He's already started with the ball earlier today. And he's starting to shine with the bat. Remember, we're out of the power play now, so 5 fielders allowed outside the circle. Those fielders all being used. Long off, deep backward, square leg, fine leg, cover and third man. And right now, the skipper, Anisim Khan, just can't do anything right. That's the third wide in this over. Only 3 legal deliveries bowled, already 11 runs coming from it. The most expensive over of the Maldives chase so far. But his radar is errant at the moment, to say the least. Yeah, good batting from Nalantha Corey. Just happy to work that into the offside for a single. I suppose the question is here for the Maldives, it's win or go home. If they lose today, they are out. They must win. They need exactly 10.5 and over at the moment. 140 more to win from 13.2 overs. You see those superb Cricket Club's graphics at the bottom of your screen. Surely they've got a chance their arms and take every risk possible to try and chase down this score. Need at least a boundary every over pretty much. Short and wide, and Anisim Khan really gets away with that one. Not a great over by any stretch. We have that as a 5-ball over. There's still a delivery to come. And the umpire's rightly deciding that there is a delivery to come, because there's been 3 wides delivered in this over already. So Anisim Khan's got to go back and do it all over again. He's struggling at the moment, the Bahrain captain. And the end result's going to be another dot ball, so it didn't really matter in the end. 7 overs gone. The Maldives 47 for 2. So the late afternoon sun just starting to cast some shadows across the ground. Down the leg side, and was that edged and dropped? I think it might have been. We'll wait for the signal from the umpire. No, it was a leg bye. Probably come off the thigh pad. Yeah, you could just see on the replay there, deflecting off the thigh pad of Nalantha Corey. Imran Masood Butt bowling his 4 overs straight through. Not something you see altogether too often, particularly in modern T20 internationals. Bowlers tend to be used in very short, sharp spells, but the Maldives batsman just can't get him away at the moment. He's got 2 for 19 into his 4th over, and at the moment he's just constantly thudding the ball into the pads with that extravagant inward movement he's getting to the 2 right-handers. And that one's surely going to be signalled wide. You can see just how much swing he's generating through the air. Really getting the ball to talk. An old school magician. Reminds me definitely very much of Chris Harris, former New Zealand all-rounder. Although Harris used to bowl a little bit more off the wrong foot. Similar angle of release for his in-swing bowling here from Imran Masood. But more brilliant swing. Look at how far that's going. Maldives batsmen can't get their pads out of the way at the moment. For the 3rd time in this over. Ball thuds into the pads. Yet again, another one thuds into the pads. Poor old Nalantha Corey hasn't really been able to get a lot of the strike. And when he has had the strike, he just hasn't been able to quite find the middle of the bat. The few boundaries that he struck have come a little unconventionally. That wide in this over has brought the Maldives 50 up. They have a long way to go. That required run rate really escalating now, over 11 and over. Cut away, just going to be a single. You can see one of the floodlight towers casting a beautiful shadow across the ground. Yeah, that's the beautiful special scene that we can bring you from here in beautiful Al Emirat in Oman. Such wonderful facilities. And that one's gone the other way. The rare, I think the only outswinger we've seen from Imran Masood Butt, and he's made it swing like a banana, hooping away, and the keeper, Imran Ali Butt, has done well to get a glove on it. So doing his namesake a favour there. Imran Masood Butt the bowler, Imran Ali Butt the keeper. But he went for the away swinger and really did balloon out away from the right-hander. Bag of tricks. Back to the in-swinger. Clipped into the leg side aerially, just short. The fielder out at long on. It's been a really good spell, this. No great pace. Probably bowling in the mid-60s. But super movement. Generated real skill on show, and he's going to finish with some really good T20 international figures. 4 overs, 2 for 24 for him. And with 8 overs gone, the Maldives 54 for 2, and really needing to get things moving. So that's the state of play here. 8 overs into the chase. Going to need Nalantha Corey to really get going. It's a big total that Bahrain have posted, 186. The same total across on the other ground. Try and bring you an update from there as soon as I can as well. The UAE taking on Kuwait over there. And we're going to see spin for the first time from the Al Emirate end. He's going to be greeted with the boundary to start with. It's the left arm spin of Abdul Majid Malik, the only successful wicket taker yesterday. And you can see here Tharaka Ruan Kamara. He's not on strike. He's yet to get off the mark. But Nalantha Corey showing a bit of invention, getting down on one knee and paddling that ball behind him for 4 runs. Lovely shape from the outfield there. Lovely bowling, Majid Malik. You're the best. Good encouragement. Yeah, nicely played into the offside this time. Just going to be a single. Like I was just saying though, Nalantha Corey really needs to get that strike rate going, and indeed his partner yet to get off the mark from 5 deliveries. Tharaka Ruan Kamara, not what you need. And he will get off the mark from his 6th delivery. Good straight bat. Nicely played into the offside by Nalantha Corey. Maldives aren't going badly, but they just can't get that run rate up towards 7, 8, 9 and over. You can see the current run rate they're going, less than 7 and over. Good bowling right into the block hole from Abdul Majid Malik. 7 runs coming from his first over. 9 overs gone. Maldives 61 for 2. Bring you a quick look at the points tables here, just to give you an idea of the state of play. Group A, that's what you're watching on this Oman Turf Academy. Second ground, Qatar, they're on top of the table. Oman are going to need to win tomorrow to make sure they finish at least second. Very unlikely to pass Qatar, even were Qatar to lose tomorrow. And over on the main ground, UAE and Kuwait battling it out in their top of the table clash. Back live with you now, and change in bowling, that enforced change in bowling, because Imran Masood Butt's 4 overs are done. Safraz Ali into the attack now. Batted so impressively, Safraz Ali. A 50 coming off just 20 deliveries. Certainly looks a bit more like a batsman than he does a bowler. Just ambles in as a bowler. Medium pace at best. Slings it down. No real movement or shape. Just going to be a single. Good fielding from the skipper, Anasim Khan. But just approaching the halfway stage of this Maldives chase, and they need to get something going in a hurry. Bit of a misfield, but Nalantha Corey is not even looking at the non-striker's end, so he'll settle for the single. 8 teams here this week battling it out for 2 spots in the next stage of the Asia Cup qualifying process. And the way those 2 spots will be decided is interesting, because it doesn't matter if you finish first or second really in your group. All that matters is whether or not you win that semi-final. And that semi-final is going to be played on Wednesday, 9:30 a.m. before the grand final of the tournament the day after on Thursday. But right now, if the UAE can close out a win against Kuwait over on the main pitch, going to be in a position whereby it could well be UAE against Oman. That's the halfway stage of this Maldives chase, playing for their tournament lives. They're going to have to try and find a way to get 121 runs from these 10 overs, otherwise they're going out. For Bahrain, they must not only take the win but try and get as much of a net run rate boost as possible too. Singles not really cutting it at the moment for the Maldives. And I'm not sure the old-fashioned forward defence is going to do it either. Not altogether sure what Tariq Arouen Kamara is thinking right now. 3 off 11 deliveries. And dot balls or even singles are not enough for the Maldives. They need 2 a ball. They need over 12 and over. They've got to go for the win, otherwise they're out. And finally some aggression shown. But he's picked out the man in the deep, and that ends a bit of a horror knock really for Kamara. 3 off 13 deliveries. Not one he's probably going to want to rewatch on the stream later on. Finally a bit of aggressive intent shown, but all he could do is pick out the man at a wideish long on, who takes a comfortable catch. That's Fayaz Ahmed out there. And the Maldives slip further now to 67 for 3. So the new man at the crease for the Maldives, number 9 on his back. That's Hassan Haseek Rashid is to give him his full title. But it's a long way back. And a big strike rate. Beautifully bowled and a big appeal. And given not out just for a moment. I thought the back foot might have lifted. But Imran Mustafa Haji was unmoved. I'm going to bring you the replay of this and see if it was as close as Bahrain thought. Beautifully bowled, really well flighted. Look at that loop and drift and dip. And no, looks like a good decision. Looks like he just got the foot back in time. Back live with you now. Flatter this time, cut away straight to the man. Lovely bowler, Abdul Majid Malik. So 11 overs gone now. The Maldives 67 for 3. So half an appeal outside the off stump. Even Alantha Corey, who's 32 not out, just finding it very difficult to get any momentum whatsoever. Nice little bit of movement. Direct hit's going to be out. Can't find the direct hit, just one stump to aim at. That was Abdul Majid Malik, the left-hander. Backward point kicks the turf in frustration, but Bahrain definitely looking good for a win here. So it looks very much like the Maldives are going to be going out of this tournament. Remember, they're the lowest ranked of all the sides here this week. Although Iran not in the rankings yet. And there's a boundary. Boundary they need. Hassan Hasik Rashid cuts that one away. A little bit of width offered. Let's take a look at the replay. Short and wide and easily enough dispatched behind square in the offside. I'll just give you a quick update from across the way, the other ground. UAE playing Kuwait there. Kuwait 81 for 4 after 10 overs, chasing 186. So big ask for them in the second half, but certainly giving the UAE a run for their money. Probably a slightly closer match than we're having here, as the Maldives stuttering at 74 for 3. That required run rate now over 14 for the first time. Disappointment for me with this Maldives chase has been there hasn't been a huge amount of aggressive intent. Hasn't really looked at any point like they're going to be able to chase this target down. So Majid Malik to continue. His left arm spin. There's a little bit of positive intent, but straight to the man in the deep. The slog sweep shot. We're really potentially seeing the last rites of the Maldives campaign here now. They will play their third and final group game tomorrow. Being none from 2, they won't be able to mathematically go through, and they'll have the challenge of the home side, Oman, who will be looking for revenge after their loss to Qatar today. The Corey down the track. No real timing on that, just going to be a single. Yeah, certainly the spinners have been the more effective of the two bowling types here on Academy Oval 2. That one cut away for another single. All of these Group A sides will return to the main oval tomorrow. Looks for the switch hit, Nalanta Corey. Can't make any contact. Not a bad option with third man up in the circle. That one's hit into the offside. Might be an opportunity to get back for 2, but good fielding will restrict it to just a single. Yeah, so the final games in the group tomorrow. Qatar will take on Bahrain, and Bahrain will need to beat Qatar to give them any chance. So 13 overs gone. The score 77 for 3. going to see some leg spin for the first time in this second innings. Junaid Aziz, he bowled nicely yesterday. Felt he should have been brought into the attack a little earlier. Bit of turn and offer to start with as well. Batsman wants a wide signal. The umpire is completely unmoved. Imran Mustafa Haji from Kuwait. The short ball pulled into the deep. Almost a chance for the man out mid wicket. He has to pull up just short. But cuts off the boundary. Yeah, tomorrow's group games, Oman against the Maldives, a 9:30 a.m. start on the main pitch. I think Oman will be heavy favourites to bounce back with a win. And it's Bahrain, Qatar. Bahrain will have to beat Qatar to keep their chances alive. The Maldives will be out if they lose today. They're looking on course to do so here. Required run rate now spiralling out of control. 16 and over needed. So no real hope for the Maldives here. Hammered down the ground, just wide of cover, but straight to the long off fielder. Yeah, Bahrain will be looking to pull off the big upset against the tournament leading Qatar. Down the track, hit into the sky, hit down towards long off. It's going to go over his head, all the way for 6. Finally, we see the Maldives clear the ropes. The first maximum coming from the bat of Hassan Hashik Rashid. Just slightly over pitch from Junaid Ahmed and down the track, getting to the pitch of the ball. Almost a bit of a slog sweep that ended up going over long off. Good comeback, really nicely bowled by Junaid Aziz. Flatter goes through to the keeper. 14 overs gone, 6 remain. Maldives 86 for 3. Down the track, Nalantha Corey trying to hit another 6 down the ground, and it's going to be dropped in the deep. Really good effort in the field, in fairness. And he's going to end up not just dropping the catch, but really saving 3 runs. Yeah, so just picking it up just inside the rope, cutting off the boundary for, but yet another drop catch. That one's smashed into the sky. Could it be a chance towards long on? It won't be. Ends up getting the dive in, but it goes through for a boundary 4. Yeah, powerful strike down the ground. So this Maldives innings, despite some attempted late lusty blows really just petering out. And Lanthakore probably playing for a personal milestone now, trying to look to bring up a half century. He's just found his timing difficult, slightly awkward technique. Hasn't really been able to get any rhythm going in his innings here. Slower through the air and the switch hit from Lanthakore. Very ungainly. 15 overs gone. Maldives 92 for 3. So 5 overs left for the Maldives to try and produce something. They're only 3 wickets down, but they need 19 runs and over. They're not even at the halfway mark. Just 5 overs remain. Obviously be more pleased with their performance today than yesterday, but coming no closer to the win really. As we see the big fast bowler brought back into the attack. Imran Javed, definitely the quickest Bahraini bowler. Tall task though for the Maldives, ranked all the way down in the 70s in world cricket. Corey gets that one on the full toss, and he will get back to 2 for 2 thanks to the misfield. Slower ball heaved into the deep. Going to be a chance for deep mid-wicket. Who's going to take the catch? So that's going to end Nalanthakore's stay at the crease, shy of a T20 I-50. He runs off. And a well-deserved wicket for Imran Javed, who bowled really well. Started out with the maiden, of course. You can see there, it's the classic slower ball out of the back of the hand. It's just like Sohail Tanvir. Really good camera work. Sees the catch well held in the deep. After a little bit of a fumble from the debutant, that's Mohammed Yunus taking the catch on his T20I debut. And it's going to bring in at number 6, the all-rounder, Hassan Ibrahim. Yeah, Nalanthakore just one previous T20 International 50, 56 not out in January last year, so he's looking for his second one there today. 42 years young, Nalanthakore. He really impressed with his leg breaks earlier in the day, though. Taking his 7th and 8th International wickets. Bowled him. Not a good shot, that one. And it's going to end Hassan Asik Rashid. Stay at the crease. Really good bowling, though, from Imran Javed. I just wonder, will this Bahrain side fancy their chances tomorrow to maybe upset Qatar and really throw the cat amongst the pigeons in this Group A? That would bring it all down to net run rate if we had 3 sides end up on 2 wins. It's the slower ball out of the back of the hand. Beautifully bowled. Wonderful execution of the skills. And with that slightly ungainly action, a little bit off the wrong foot. Ends up with a beautiful T20 international wicket. Yeah, these 2 sides, 22 places separate them in the ICC T20 international rankings. Bahrain ranked 52nd in the world. Maldives all the way down in 74th. In fact, the only side really ranked below them here at this tournament is Iran, and that's because they're making their debut. You'll have a chance again tomorrow. Good full pace delivery. Really good stuff. So 16 overs gone. This game petering out. The Maldives 95 for 5. So 4 overs remain for the Maldives. Quick score update from the other ground. The UAE are going to close out that win against Kuwait. Few jitters at one point, but Kuwait fall to 95 for 6 now. We'll see a change in ends for the leg breaks. Junaid Aziz coming back into the attack this time from the Al Emirat end. Slog swept into the deep protection out there. Cut off and keep it to just a single. Maldives really just playing out their overs here. No real chance of them chasing down this total. See the required run rate there. 24 and over. Down the track, smashed down the ground, straight to long off, and that's another wicket. Wickets coming with great regularity late in the innings. You have to feel for Liam Shafiq. Just his second delivery, made good contact down the track, but never able to get the power or the elevation he needed to clear the rope. And straight down the throat of the fielder at long off, who takes probably a slightly more difficult catch than it looked at first and made it look very easy. Well-deserved wicket for Junaid Aziz. Bahrain homing in on a big win here now. So Hassan Ibrahim's on strike because the batsman had crossed. New man to the crease for the Maldives. It's the skipper, Mohammad Azam. Keeper batsman hasn't had a great day. Be looking for some late runs to give him something to smile about. But clearly we're going to be in for a super day of cricket tomorrow. Oman are going to have to win, but not only win against the Maldives, make sure they get their net run rate into a good position. And then Bahrain, they've got another chance. They'll have to turn over Qatar. That one swept into the deep. Lovely loop. And there's going to be a run out. With whatever happens, the throw comes in. I think it's hit the stumps directly. Complete mix-up between Hassan Ibrahim and his captain. And that is out. The throw comes in from the deep. Be interesting to see on the replay if it was a direct hit. But even if it wasn't, good quick thinking from the keeper, who takes the stump out of the ground alongside touching the ball. So even if the bails had already come off accidentally, it doesn't matter. And the end result is Hassan Ibrahim has to go. His captain turned his back at him. He only wanted one. The 28-year-old all-rounder wanted two. He's going to be run out for four. This Maldives innings coming to a sorry conclusion now. 99 for 7. They fall further. Yeah, shadows starting to lengthen across the pitch. You can see one of the two standing umpires. That is Riaz Karupkar from Qatar, standing alongside his colleague Imran Mustafa Haji from Kuwait. Third umpire today, Afzal Khan from the local Oman Cricket Board. Into the last rights now for the Maldives. Into the 17th or 18th over. 17 overs gone. The Maldives 100 coming up with that run out, where of course they get the one run. But the new man in at number 9 for the Maldives is Ibrahim Rizan. Showed a good full face of the bat. Having a face up to the tall left arm quick. Required run rate 30 now. Absolutely no chance for the Maldives. Slower ball, bowled into the pitch, and that one's hammered into the deep. Just sat up asking to be smashed away. I think he was looking for the slower ball bouncer, Imran Javed, and it was a delivery that went all wrong. Just bowling too short with that slower ball bouncer. We'll see here from the release out of the back of the hand. Yeah, it was what you'd describe as an old-fashioned long hop. Heaved away into the leg side. 4 runs. Follows up with the Yorker. Good bowling. Really impressive. Imran Javed certainly would be in the mix for any one of these 8 teams here in this Asian Cricket Council Western Region T20 qualifier that's part of the Road to the Asia Cup 2020. These 8 sides battling it out for 2 spots. The 2 sides from the Western region will go on to join 2 sides from the Eastern region. Another slower ball, beautifully bowled. Pitching outside leg, so can't be given out. And will be signalled as leg buys. Yeah, the Eastern region tournament taking place next week in Thailand has been decimated a touch by the coronavirus. China and a couple of other sides pulling out. Bhutan pulled out as well. But still really good quality there. You think about the likes of Hong Kong, Nepal, Malaysia, Singapore. They'll be playing out for just 2 spots. Big appeal. Just for a moment I thought it was going to be given. I'm going to try and bring you a replay of that because that looked close. It kept low. Hit him on the back pad again. As with any left arm seamer bowling over the wicket, it's the question of whether or not he could get it to pitch in line. The replay now. Yeah, probably pitching just outside leg stump. Clearly going on to hit the stumps. So the final ball of Imran Javed's spell. He's going to finish with a dot. A really good spell from him. 4 overs, 2 for 16. Good spell, good spell. The shouts from his teammates. And there he is, Imran Javed. 4 overs, 1 maiden. You don't see that too often in T20 cricket. Made an over to open the innings. And that's really set the stall out for the chase from the Maldives. Never getting going. 2 for 16 for him. He's going to be crucial tomorrow, as Bahrain will need to upset the higher ranked Qatar to give themselves any chance of progressing to the semi-finals. That one swept into the deep powerfully, but straight to the man out of deep mid-wicket. Almost a mix-up in the running between the wickets again. .78 runs required, and only 11 deliveries remain. Hit powerfully down the ground. One thing Bahrain have done really well is get their fielders in defensive positions. Another mix-up. The throw comes in, but not quick enough to affect the run-out. You're seeing the replay on your screen. It was a good throw. Comes in. Back live with you now, and looked for the reverse sweep, and he's affected it really well. And that's a boundary for right off the face of the bat, the reverse sweep. Just 9 balls left now. The last rights for the Maldives. So the Maldives will play their third group game tomorrow morning, 9:30 a.m. local time. And they're going to have to come up against the wounded tiger that is Oman. Oman losing today in a big shock, going down to Qatar, much to the dismay of the home fans. So they'll have to bounce back tomorrow. They're going to need to not only win against the Maldives, but also effect a big net run rate boost to ensure that just in case they end up in a 3-way tie at the top of the table with Bahrain and Qatar, if Bahrain beat Qatar, just showing a deft touch. Not switching his hands, but just using the pace on the delivery from Junaid Aziz to work it behind square on the offside for 4 runs. Looks for the googly, and it's going to bowl him. And he points at the stumps. Once bitten, twice shy, 3 times too many. Mohammad Azam looked for the reverse sweep. Well, more of a reverse hit really this time for the 3rd time in the over. And let me see if this was the googly. It looked like the googly out of the back of the hand to me. It was indeed. Coming back into the right-hander, hitting the top of leg stump. Well disguised. That's a good googly that Junaid Aziz has. And he has another T20I wicket. He's going to finish with 2 for 24 from 3 overs. Won't be able to bowl his 4th and final over because there's only 1 over left in the match. And there's the bowling figures. So just 1 over remains. Pick of those bowlers for me, without doubt, Imran Javed. 2 for 16 from his 4 overs, but 2 wickets apiece as well for Imran Masood Butt and Junaid Aziz. Here we go for the final over. And the final over is going to be bowled by the skipper, Anisim Khan. And brought into the team today, Chandana Lianga. He's now in at the crease at number 10 for the Maldives. Didn't play the opening match of the tournament, but he's in today. 5 deliveries remain in the match. So Bahrain going to win by something in the region of 65 runs, you'd imagine. Direct hit's going to be out here. Big appeal given. Good work from the keeper. Picked up cleanly, flicked his glove off Imran Ali, but And threw down. He had all 3 stumps to aim at. And the 9th wicket falls. This procession of wickets towards the end of the Maldives innings continues. Brilliant work. Gunning down middle stump. And a good decision. Umpire quickly into position. Imran Mustafa Haji from Kuwait. Really good umpiring. Running around to get into the square side-on view of the wicket. And it's going to bring the number 11 to the crease. Ahmed Emil Maroof, who had a date to forget with the ball. 4 overs, 1 for 56 for him. He's at the non-strikers end at the moment. You'd have to think the Maldives are going to try and bat out these overs now and at least remain not bowled all out. Been a few high moments for the Maldives. Their fight back, a stirring fight back with their spinners in the first innings. Also a few moments to remember yesterday as they went down to defeat to Qatar. But they'll have a big challenge tomorrow. 60 places nearly in the ranking separating Oman and the Maldives. So going to be David versus Goliath tomorrow at 9:30 a.m. back across on Oval Pitch 1. I'll be bringing those pictures with the Asian Cricket Council live on YouTube. Every ball of this 8-team tournament this week broadcast right the way around the world. Free access on YouTube. Delighted to be bringing you these pictures. Big appeal from Anisim Khan, but again, surely pitching outside leg. We've seen some enthusiastic appeals throughout the couple of days. Leg bye signalled. Bringing the Maldives up to 120. So they've gone at pretty much a run of ball throughout their innings. Never really been in this chase, to be honest. None of their batsmen getting any momentum going. But Anisim Khan, the Bahrain captain, would be a happy man. That closes out the win. They will run through for the single. Great enthusiasm still in the field, looking for the run out. Throw comes in, it's the stumps, and it's going to end the game with a single. Anisim Khan gets a pat on the back from his teammates, and Bahrain know that's a crucial win. So that's all she wrote from the Oman Academy Turf Ground 2 here. Some lovely handshakes between the sides. Bahrain, as you see on the bottom of your screen, winning by 65 runs. Plenty of camaraderie and respect between not just these 2 sides, but all 8 sides on show here in the Western region. ACC Asia Cup qualifier. Remember, one of these sides could be going on to join the big boys. It's not going to be the Maldives, though. But Bahrain have stayed alive in the tournament. They will need to beat Qatar tomorrow afternoon, but they'll know exactly what they need to do. It's the second game. It's the final game of the group tomorrow. And all that Oman can do in the morning is not only beat the Maldives, but beat them in as comprehensive a fashion as possible to try and take one of those 2 qualification spots. Of course, Qatar will be able to do them a favour as well. Lovely to see the respect and decency shown between the 2 teams. Handshakes and warm greetings and best wishes between the sides. So Bahrain have run out ready winners here, and deservedly so. Just before we let you go, we'll give you a quick look at the batting card. We zoom in on the beautiful hills in the background. So not much to shout about. Nalanta Kore, 40 off 41 deliveries. Hassan Asik Rashid, 20 off 17, including 1 massive 6. But really, that Maldives chase never got going. Never looked likely that they were going to chase down that total. There's the bowling figures. 2 wickets apiece for Javed, Imran Masood Budd and Junaid Aziz. Impressive bowling lineup, that Bahrain one. And the end result was, as you saw there, the cluster of wickets falling towards the end. They were 95 for 3 at one stage, but they collapsed to 121 for 9. Didn't really matter either way because they were never going to be able to chase the total. But here's the points tables. And we'll bring you the news from across the way that the UAE have made it 2 from 2. They've beaten Kuwait. So it's going to be a tussle between Saudi Arabia and Kuwait for that second qualification spot. And Group A is finally poised as well because Bahrain and Oman are duking it out for that second spot. Oman perhaps will have the advantage because they just need to play the Maldives. But still 6 teams playing it out for the 2 semi-final spots, which will decide the 2 qualifiers for the next stage of the Asia Cup qualifier. There's the match summary. Bahrain winning by 65 runs. So that's it from us and our coverage here on day 2 of the Western region of the Asian Cricket Council T20 qualifier. From the Cricket Club's team, from me, Andrew Leonard, and everyone here on the ground in Muscat, a warm thanks for your support. We look forward to bringing you every ball of all the action tomorrow. 4 games tomorrow, starting 9:30 a.m. local time. You can watch it all on the Asian Cricket Council YouTube channel. We'll see you then.